In the world of IT, the incident manager has always been that calm voice in the middle of a storm. But what happens when the storm isn't a server crash anymore? What if it's a subtle, weird drift in an AI's behavior? Today, we're going to dig into how AI is completely flipping this critical role on its head. From a reactive troubleshooter to a strategic orchestrator of these incredibly complex intelligence systems.
Okay, so before we jump in, just a quick note. This explainer is part of a series where we're outlining the job responsibilities and skills for IT roles in this new age of AI. We want to help you see what's changing and identify the specific skills you or your employees need to develop. Now, everything we're talking about is based on a really detailed report from Virtualization Options LLC. We're hitting the highlights here, but trust me, the full report goes way deeper.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll set the stage with the traditional incident manager role, what we all know. Then we'll look at how AI just changes everything. After that, we'll explore the wild new world of AI incidents. And finally, we'll lay out a practical roadmap for getting the skills you need.
All right, let's dive in. To really get where we're going, we've got to understand where we've been. So let's start with a classic incident manager role, which has been the absolute bedrock of IT operations for decades.
Traditionally, handling an incident is a pretty straightforward process, right? It's linear. Something gets detected, you classify how bad it is, you investigate what's going on, and then you resolve it. The incident manager is the conductor of this whole orchestra, making sure every section plays its part on time. And the skills for this job? They've always been this really cool mix. On one side, you've got the hardcore technical chops. You have to know your infrastructure, your networks, servers, cloud, and be a wizard with tools like Splunk or Datadog. But on the other side, you have these crucial soft skills, being the calm one when everyone else is panicking, communicating clearly, and thinking strategically. But this is where the story takes a massive turn. The second you introduce AI into your systems, you can pretty much throw out the old rulebook. We are moving away from predictable systems, things that are either on or off, working or broken, to something way more, intelligent and unpredictable. These things learn, they adapt, and they can fail in ways we have never, ever seen before.
This quote right here absolutely nails it. Think about it. A server is up or it's down. Simple. But an AI model, it can slowly and quietly get worse over time. It can develop weird biases or fail in these tiny, subtle ways that won't trigger a single one of your traditional alarms, but could be silently costing your business a fortune.
So to wrangle all this new complexity, the industry came up with AI Ops. And what is it? Well, it's basically using AI to manage your IT operations, which, kind of funny, often means using AI to manage other AIs. These AI Ops platforms can automate a ton of stuff, like connecting the dots between alerts, predicting problems before they happen, and even suggesting the right fix.
And this, of course, leads to the million-dollar question. With all this fancy automation, does the incident manager just go away? The answer is a huge, resounding no. The role doesn't disappear, it totally transforms. The incident manager goes from being the hands-on fixer to being the overseer of the automation, the human expert who double-checks the AI's work and steps in for those really tricky, weird cases the machines just can't handle. This brings us to what the new incident landscape actually looks like, because these brand new types of problems, they need totally new ways of thinking and, really importantly, new ways of measuring if we're even doing a good job.
Just look at this list. This is not your typical IT trouble ticket. We've gone from the server is down to things like our AI model's performance is slowly degrading, or our hiring algorithm seems to have developed a bias. These are not simple on-off problems. They're complex, ethical, and subtle issues that were never in the old IT playbook. This shift in problems also means we have to change how we measure success. Back in the day, the gold standard was mean time to resolve, or MTTR. If something broke, the big goal was just to fix it as fast as possible. Say, get it back online within 4 hours. But now, the game has totally changed. The most critical metric is becoming mean time to detect degradation. The focus isn't just on fixing a crash anymore. It's about spotting that subtle performance dip, maybe within 2 hours, long before it turns into a major 4-hour outage. It's a massive shift from being reactive to being proactive. So, this all leads to the most important question, right? How in the world do you actually get ready for this? Let's walk through a real, practical roadmap for building the skills for this future. And let's be clear, this isn't a weekend course. It's a real journey. It starts with building a solid foundation in core AI and machine learning concepts. From there, you move into specializing in key areas like ML ops. Then comes integration, actually shadowing real-world incidents. And finally, you hit mastery, which is really just about continuous, ongoing learning, because this field changes so fast.
And when you look at the actual curriculum, it really puts the level of investment into perspective. I mean, we are talking about a serious number of hours dedicated to totally new skills. 60 hours just for Python and data skills, another 40 for core AI concepts, and another 40 for ML monitoring. This is a huge commitment to retooling your team.
And you know what? It's not just about the tech skills. The new incident manager has to be a master communicator, a real bridge builder. You have to be able to speak the language of data scientists, understand the very real concerns from your legal and ethics teams, and get all these different groups who have never worked together before to actually talk to each other. Those soft skills just became more critical than ever. So we'll leave you with this final thought. This isn't some far-off, hypothetical future we're talking about. It's happening right now. The technology is here, the new challenges are already popping up. The only real question left is, are you and is your organization truly ready to adapt?